So I live in a large complex with a span of over 20 buildings. And I used to live in a really closed off family. I didn't get that many opportunities to interact with the other residents. And as I grew up, I started losing my ability to talk to people. I barely attended community events, choosing instead to stay home and avoid socializing with others. And this actually went on for most of my childhood, until one day when I decided to stop staying at home. It was around New Year's Eve, and my society was hosting a huge party to ring in the new year. And who doesn't love a good party, right? So I decided to gather my courage, go down, and interact with at least one person. That was my mission. Talk to one person, and then I could come back up if I wanted to. So I went down, and lucky me, I managed to meet an old friend of mine. I went and I talked to her, and we caught up. She even introduced me to a few of her other friends. Long story short, I stayed and I attended the entire party, and I had a blast. Now, I keep that goal as part of my daily routine, that I have to meet at least one person, and I have to interact with them. It can be anyone, from a neighbor to an old friend. It can even be a complete stranger. And if I don't get a chance to meet anybody, I can always send a text to a friend that I wanted to catch up with, or even connect with someone over the internet. Well, that's one of the powers of connection. It brings us together, and it helps us overcome our fears. Another fun activity that I have is that I make a treasure chest of connections. Over here, this is the box. So basically, inside it, I keep sticky notes, one for each connection that I make. And all of them are color-coded as well. The yellow ones, those are for the new connections I make. The blue ones are for the connections that I strengthen. And the pink ones is for all the time I spend with my extended family, such as with my cousins or with my grandparents. Yes, this may seem a little extra, and that's something I love doing, but it can be as simple as you want it to be. Even as simple as just talking to one person a day. You all may be thinking, why? Why do we have to take the effort? Why do we have to do this? Well, no matter how much any of us try to deny it, we all need connections. We all need friends. We all need people. Let's think of it this way. Community, as you all may have heard, is not just a group of people. It's a design, our design. And connections are the blueprint to it. One of my favorite analogies for this is, weirdly, pottery. We can take each connection as a small blob of clay. Some of them may be different colored, some of them may be misshapen, some of them may actually be very misshapen. But if we put them all together and we put some time and effort into it, then voila, we can get a masterpiece of our own. In the same way, we can put time and effort into our connections by being there for people and supporting them. And in return, you can get a wonderful community that will be there for you and support you in turn. Now, on to forming a connection. Oh, imagine if it was as easy as just walking up to a person and saying, hey, let's be friends. Surely it can't be that easy, right? Right? Yes, surprisingly it is that easy. Believe me, I've tried and succeeded. But then if it's that easy, then why are there so many people out there who still feel like they have zero friends or they can't make a friend at all? Well, that's all because of a little furball on our heads called fear. Yeah, he may look cute, but then every time I used to try and do something, he used to say, wait, stay at home, read a book instead. They may not even like you, so why do you even want to try? Well, earlier, I used to listen to him and I let him win every time, always hanging back from social interactions. But now, whenever I listen to him, I just put him into a box and I lock him in the back of my head and I just do what I like. Well, it takes a lot of effort though to put him into the box. You either need to be crazy brave or just plain crazy and absolutely insane to pull it off. Even sometimes I struggle with it. And that's why it's so difficult to make friends. All of us, everyone here, has a furball in their heads. It may not look the same, it may not say the same things, but they all always act the same, stopping us from doing the one thing that can give us more potential, something that we love also, in fact. So right now, everyone here, if there's something you're afraid of, if whatever that furball of fear tells you, don't listen to it. Just put it in a box and put it away to the back of your mind. I'm serious. Everyone here, try that right now. Doesn't that feel so much better though? Once you've tried it, there's actually more room in our heads to breathe. Well, the reason that so many people end up listening to their furballs of fear is that they're scared and they're afraid that they might fail by making it more awkward or by causing an embarrassment. I'll let you guys in on a little secret though. Being awkward is not a failure. It's often just the beginning. And we can be awkward or we can be scared, but we can still be willing to try, right? Making connections takes courage, not perfection. And hey, even if it doesn't work out, that's still perfectly all right. Not every interaction may turn into a connection, and that's okay. Making connections comes from consistency. Now, imagine that you've made a connection and that you have a new friend. How do you keep in touch with them? What about all the other people that you used to talk to and now you may have fallen out of touch with them? Well, in today's modern life, there are so many scenarios, such as switching schools or shifting houses, where we end up losing touch with the people we used to see almost every day. There have been actual studies and research conducted on why this seems to happen to so many people, about why there's so many people out there who feel that they have only a few friends or trusted connections. And all of them say, in a nutshell, that modern life is just too stressful. I think all the students here can agree with me. We have a lot on our plates right now. Studies, career planning, religious events, and a fully functional social life. Not to mention tuitions, volunteer work, creating our portfolio, even hobbies and sports. It's a lot. And through this tornado of life, there's so many people out there who choose just to stay in contact with those who are directly around them. Yeah, this is a really popular decision for so many people. So instead of looking at it as just constantly talking to them, constantly sending messages, or planning hangouts that may never occur, let's think of it this way. How about we just spend 2 minutes on a person? For example, if you meet your neighbor in an elevator, you can say hi or hello. Ask them about their day if you get the chance. Community strengthens when connections are maintained. And remembering the specifics will make all the difference. Even for example, in a classroom setting, you don't need to talk to that many people. You can just be inclusive. If you see someone sitting alone, you can always tell them, you can sit with me. That's all you have to do. And the connections will make themselves. Communities are formed not by large numbers, but by people who care for each other and have strong connections with each other. Each connection on its own may seem small, but the bigger picture of community can change neighborhoods, schools, even cities. Communities are there for us when times are tough, and they are even there for us to support us through the good times and the bad. When community acts, it becomes a system. People feel safe, people feel seen, people feel whole. So now, as I leave everybody today, I would like you all to remember that the future is up to us, and we decide how it continues. Every strong community started with one person who decided to reach out. So be the person that chose to reach out and strengthen your bonds with everybody around you, one person at a time. Because the future isn't just made by lone geniuses, it's made by people who decided to stay connected. In fact, before technology, before nations, before almost everything, humans existed and we persevered because we were together. We made connections with the people around us, and we had communities that could support us through the good times and the bad. And they pushed us on when times were tough. So, as I said earlier, community starts with us. and we decide how it continues. So make communities worth passing on. Thank you.